Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Daily Grind. It's me, Luke, riding solo today. Mark was so sad after the loss last night. He just couldn't come in today. I'm kidding. He's not feeling very well. But I mean, could we really blame him if he didn't want to come in after that loss? I mean, that game seemed pretty over in the first maybe quarter, I would say. Like maybe it was over almost immediately, I would say. That's giving our boys a bad shake. It was just over really fast. Everything we said didn't need to happen in terms of stop. Like the Jazz did everything Mark and I talked about us needing to stop them from doing. Like we said we needed to speed the game up. We couldn't really do that much. We said we needed to not let them kill us from deep, which good God, they killed us with the three ball. Like, good God. I mean, I'm looking at the box score right now. I think as a team, let's see, they were 51.2% from deep, guys. Like, we were 25.9. Like, we shot the ball like absolute shit last night. Like, absolute shit. 35 of 96 from the field, 14 of 54 from deep. Like, the Jazz shot over 50% from the field and from three. Like that's not going to happen. And in the Grizzlies' defense, I think I saw Sean Coleman with us. I think he posted a stat today. I don't think a team has like teams have shot this many threes against us. I don't think like this early in the season, like through 3 games in NBA history, Sean gave us a stat about teams not making this many shots from deep against us, and I feel like that's how it goes with us. I feel like every season teams just shoot their best against us, which is fine. But for those of y'all who didn't get to watch the game, I'll give you Jaren Jackson had 19 points, 8 rebounds. God, it was not a fun game. Bane had 21 points and 3 boards. Marcus Smart, 11 points, 6 assists, 2 rebounds. X had 0 points and he only played 14 minutes. The bench, the only guy on the bench that did much of anything other than Junior. Junior finally got to play a little bit. Like Vince, it was just, I've been trying to remain positive so far through the 0-4, like going forward. I'm still I'm still not, the sky's still not falling yet. It just isn't fun. That might be the understatement of the year is saying that the Grizzly season hasn't been fun so far. But I don't think I might be insane for thinking that we still have a shot at the play like a playoff spot. I really do. I mean, we're gonna have to win Friday, obviously, but when Ja gets back, we're going to be fine. The offense needs to change. Whatever is happening with this team offensively right now whatever is not happening. That might be the best way to put it. Like what is, and yeah, like we're just, whatever Jenkins is implementing isn't working. That's the bottom line. We're going to get to that later, but like whatever scheme offensively is happening, we're like, can we just, I know we say shoot the shit out of the ball, like stop shooting the shit out of the ball if it's not going in, guys. Like that's, I know you get better by practicing the shot over and over and over and over, but you do that in practice. You don't do that in the middle of a game. Like stop shooting the three if it's not going in and do anything else. Anything else. Like you they say a lot of times the whole, like, if you play that game 9 out of 10 times over, blah, 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 whatever. 10 out of 10 times, if you replay that game, we're going to lose if we shoot that shitty from deep. We're just going to. And we Dez is going to have, like, everyone's just going to have to shoot better. Like Dez was 4 of 12. Jaren was 1 of 8. Like, Kennard was 1 of 8. Kennard has just been, like, I think Kennard's going to turn it on, but like I just don't know what's going on with these guys. Like whatever is happening isn't. If Jenkins is telling these guys to keep shooting threes when this is what's happening, then it's got to stop. Something's going to have to happen. And we're going to talk. I'll go into more of that later. But it's last night, I think, showed a lot of the holes that, like, Jenkins was out coached last night, and Will Hardy is a great coach. I mean, Danny Ainge sniped him off the bench from Boston. We all know that. Like, he and you could tell in the press conference too afterwards, Jenkins just it's the same shit over and over. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's There's just not much fun to talk about the Grizzlies. Like, what did the let's see the Jazz. I mean, the Jazz just went off. They had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys in double figures. You know, Colin Sexton had 23 off the bench for them. That's like Kelly Olynyk had 14. Kelly freaking Olynyk. John Collins. Has John Collins made a 3 in like 2 years? I don't know, 2 or 3 years. He made 2 of them last night. You know, Laurie was Laurie, and Jordan Clarkson did his thing. It's just last night was ugly. It was ugly. You know, there's no way around it. We were very, very high on them yesterday. We thought we were still going to get the win. We had us getting the win before the damn Rockets. That didn't happen. The Rockets won yesterday. And of course, Dylan had a good game. That's neither here nor there, but we're going to need more from the guys. We're going to need more, or we're going to need less from the guys that are out there trying to do too much. Just stop playing Jake LaRavia if you have to. I mean, he only played 9 minutes last night. He saw the least amount of time. Play more Vince Williams. Like, play more Vince Williams. 12 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. I think he had 4 stocks. Like, play these guys more, man. Jenkins, play these guys more. Like, just we're doing good defensively. Yeah, you know, someone in the comments brings up a good point. We're breaking defensive records, but people are making threes on us at an astounding rate, and we're not making threes at an astounding rate. And the 3 ball is part of basketball, you know, and 3 is more than 2. So if they make more threes and we make more 2s, they're going to win. That's math, you know, like the defense is kicking ass. But if you want to not have a first round or a second round playoff exit, the offense is going to have to do something too. You know, a bottom 3rd ranked offense is going to be the exact same thing that we've seen over and over and over with this team, in my opinion. And I think the last 2 times that the Grizzlies started 0-5, there was also a coaching change midseason. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We're going to go to a quick break. When we get back, we'll hand out a stats monster. Maybe it'll be a stat team. I don't know. We'll see. I'll give it to somebody. And then we'll try to go into coaching a little bit more. Try to break that down. Figure out what can change. What needs to happen. Maybe if we haven't. I don't know if I have an answer. I mean, we'll talk more about that right after this break.
I am highly upset, man.
Oh, man.
ESPN, you dastardly dogs you. Last week had us feeling good. They picked the Grizzlies to be first in the West with about 48.5 wins. And what a difference a few days makes.
What a difference.
You put out your list of the top 100 players in the NBA. Desmond Bain jumps in at 61. Jaren Jackson Jr. comes in at number 31. Jaren's top 25 to me, but if you, all right, whatever. I think that's a little slight to Jaren. Desmond Baines is disgusting, in my opinion. But then we get Ja Morant, All-NBA player, 2-time All-Star, one of the most dynamic offensively players in the NBA, Ja Morant. That guy was number 35 on their list, Kenny Stubblefield. The same people that said the Grizzlies will be the first team in the West. They're going to get that done with just some regular dudes.
Tune in to The Anthony Sane Show, Wednesdays and Fridays at 12 p.m. weekly on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
Just curious, you kind of talked about the transfers and things like that. How has that changed your mindset from a roster management standpoint? Like, incredible recruiter. All the classes, I think we had 2 back-to-back and 21 and 22 top classes. How does that change with the transfer portal? Do you start focusing more on upperclassmen? Do you kind of get away from the younger freshmen? How does that work?
Yeah, so I still believe in our coaching staff and the way we do things and developing guys. And that I will never get away from that philosophy. We're still going to recruit a high school class. Now, there's a lot of colleges out there that say, screw this. We're pushing all the chips in on this roster, win right now, and we'll figure it out. Sure. And if it doesn't, right, it implodes and bad things happen. But I think you still have to bring in true freshmen and develop them and see what they can become. And that I'll never waver from that. But the portal certainly changed things.
Tune in to Tigers Untapped with TJ Willis and Trey Lasley every Wednesday at 3 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
Welcome back to the Daily Grind. Now's the time for the, shameless promotion bit, As we like to say here at Bluff City Media, we have no shame. I have no shame, or I think that's what Mark said. We're working on t-shirts. Not really. But yeah, it's $5. It's really not that much. I mean, it's one of those things where you can just forget about it, like set the bill, forget about it. $5. It's really not bad. I spend more than $5 at every gas station stop that I make, either on candy or soda or gas, so it's fine. And there's a lot of good content coming out. We got shows daily, got the post-game show, Grizz 901 Live. It's after every game. It's awesome. Sometimes if they're getting beat really bad, they'll hop on early. And so you don't have to stay up super late on these West Coast games like last night, and that's with Daniel Greer and Nate. They're awesome. Daniel's also on Bluff City Bets with Mark too. They every Fridays. They're making money for people, y'all. Like I don't gamble, but if I did, I would watch this. The thing about Zaire, over, like, hit the over on rebounds. Did he hit it last night? He still hit 4. Just hit that over every time. They got the Anthony Sane show a couple times a week. 901 Soccer right in the middle of that. Tigers Untapped. We got everything over there. Everything. And it's got the access to the Discord too. And that's a lot of fun. I don't know if you guys have ever been on the Discord, but we're all on there. You got me, you got Mark, you got Daniel, you got Joe Molinax, you got all of us. We're on there. We're engaging with y'all, talking shit with y'all. It's fun. It's a good time. But we'll get back to the show. Stats Monster. I know we don't have to hand one out every game. I get it. I like handing them out because I like the little graphic. I think he looks cool. He looks, he's got bad teeth. His eyes are crossed. He's got a weird haircut. I don't know. I think he's cool. He looks like a good hang. So I like to give it out. I struggled with this game trying to find somebody. I almost want, how we do like but you know what? I'm going to show them some love because they were about the only dudes that did much. I mean, for their minutes, these are the guys that I'm going to give it to because of what they did in their time. I'm going to give it to Vince Williams, 2 of the juniors. I'm going to give it to Kenny Lofton Jr. and Vince Williams Jr. Junior, the first Kenny was in 19 minutes. He was 4-7 from the field, 1 of 1 from deep, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and 12 points. After not playing him at all through 4 games, or 3 games. I mean, after abandoning Junior so early, it's just nice to see him, even if it's in a shitty game. Nice to see him get some action. And Vince Williams, man, the flying V. I love Vince, man. Love him. I think I want to see that 2-way converted after the season. I think he's proven when healthy, he is the best 3-and-D. I think he's the best 3-and-D guy we got on this roster. Just the defense he brings is just, I love him. And in 16 minutes last night, he had 12 points, 2 boards, 3 assists, 4 stocks, 2 of 5 from the field, 1 of 4 from deep. Like, the dude is just, and he's got like people always say this. He's got that dog in him, he's just got had like a chip. He's chippy, he's chippy. He's got like that chippiness that DB used to bring, but he's not an asshole. I'm kidding. I love DB, but people hated DB and people don't hate Vince Williams Jr., and they, in a game where you're getting your ass kicked, when you can still come into a game and produce like this in limited minutes, I think that's worth acknowledging. Even if it's, even if it's just a stupid stats monster, these guys don't get to see that much time. I think this is actually the first. Yeah, this is the first. These are the first minutes I think Vince has gotten this season, I believe. And I just think I would like to see more of Vince anytime. And say what you want about Junior. He was good last night, and in a game like last night, I'll take it. So that's going to be our stats monster, the two juniors. So that was a bit of a short segment. I want to talk a lot, maybe not a lot. I just want to spend as much time as we can, playing a little game. I hate playing this game personally. So maybe the blame game is the wrong name for it. We're just going to try to figure out, and I don't want to finger point either, but something's going on with this team. There's too many hoopers on this squad to be 0-5, in my opinion. I think this team is too good to be 0-5. We're not the worst team in the league. There's yes, guys are hurt. Even hurt, we're not the worst team in the league. I'm not entirely sure what's going on. So I'm just going to try to figure out what may be the root cause of this 0-5 start, other than, of course, the injuries and Ja being suspended, which clearly sucks. And of course, aside from the fact that no defense in NBA history has given up more 3-pointers through the first 5 games, it's aside from that stuff. What's going on? Why are they 0-5? Yeah. I'm a homer. I know that I had them winning some of these. I think I had them winning 2 or 3 of these first 5 games. 0-5 is a lot in the L column. So, when we get back, we're just gonna look into coaching, see if maybe that's what's going on. We'll look at, just try to dissect it as best I can as someone with an acting degree. So we'll figure this out after this break.
Seth Hennigan just still, he
doesn't look himself.
He just doesn't, in the big moments, he's not making the plays that have to be made. If you look at the raw stats, they're not terrible. But the 2 interceptions,
yeah,
and he fumbled twice. They didn't lose those fumbles, but 2 fumbles and 2 interceptions. One of them coming at a terrible time on a 4th down, late in the game when Memphis really needed to put points on the board. But I just don't think Seth is playing well enough to elevate this team.
Right.
I think he's playing well enough for Memphis to be fine. But as far as for them to do something special and to elevate this team, he's just not playing like that.
Tune in to On the Bluff with Christian Fowler and Gabe Kuhn every Tuesday at 12 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
Kenny, there are certain guys in the NBA that are enigmatic players. They're going to be appealing to a large fan base. But when you have guys like that, who like Ja Morant, who have off-court issues he's had, Kyrie Irving has had the things he's had, the NBA doesn't particularly like the fact that those guys are larger than life. If I'm an NBA, if I'm ESPN, who of course are working together on all this stuff,
yeah,
I'm going to start telling you who you need to like. And it's going to be a different type of guy to kind of play off of the guys that are going to be there anyway. Let me put these squeaky clean image guys that we want to put in front of you up there as well to kind of counteract some of the stuff we get with the guys that we don't have any control out of. So let me put the Tyrese Halliburtons in front of you. Let me put the Shai Gilgeous-Alexanders in front of you, the Josh Giddeys. Let me force these guys in front of you, not particularly on national television games, but let me just kind of create these little sub agendas with these guys to kind of make them those second tier stars that we're gonna put out in front as well. They're doing this on purpose, man. If anybody can't see this, come on, man. Do not sit there and tell me that you really think that Tyrese Halliburton is a top 20 player in the NBA.
Tune in to The Anthony Sane Show Wednesdays and Fridays at 12 p.m. weekly on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
Welcome back to the Daily Grind. Got Luke with you here. Mark is out, a little under the weather, on account of this, classic Tennessee, right? You can go from 30-degree temperature swing like that. So he's a little under the weather. So we're going to get one more little, self-promotion in for the company. Got Bluff City Media, y'all. If y'all are not a Bluff City Media insider, check it out. $5, like a $5 biggie bag from Wendy's. I love those things. Wendy's is good. And they got a ginger as a spokesgirl, so more power to them. I like that. Also stay tuned for the Grizz 901 live postgame show. They'll be on tomorrow after Portland. Hopefully, fingers crossed, no whammies. Hopefully, they are celebrating our first dub. Tomorrow's game is the first game of the in-season tournament, so it'd be pretty cool to win that one. I imagine, well, I would hope they'd want to play for some that whatever. I hope just tune in for that show. It'll be good. Tomorrow, you also get Bluff City Bets. Try to make you some money tomorrow. I know payday's tomorrow for a lot of people. You know, why not waste it? Why not waste it? Waste it all immediately on gambling. Do it. Get you some stuff. We also have Sane's show tomorrow. He's dope. Check out the soccer show as well. We got Tigers Untapped. Just got a lot going on. A lot of good stuff. You also gain access to our Discord, and you get to chat with us. Chat with us about all this stuff. If you want to talk about the game, if you want to vent, if you want to rage about something, hop on there. I'm here for that shit. That's fun. We'll do it. Let's get back to the show. For this last segment, got to figure out what's going on, y'all. I don't think this team should be 0-5. At the worst, maybe 1-4. 0-5, something's up. And I don't know, who do you blame? I hate blaming people for this, you know, like, and is there a single one thing to blame? You know, do we blame the front office? Do we blame the medical staff? Like, what do we do? I mean, if this continues, we'll keep trying to figure out, we'll try to pinpoint what is causing all of this bad juju that's coming out, like the bad stuff that the team's doing. Yesterday we were the 27th. Yeah, yesterday's show we were the 27th ranked offense, had the 27th ranked offensive rating in the league. After last night's game, the Memphis Grizzlies are currently ranked 30th. That's dead last in offensive rating in the league. 0.2 points behind the Pelicans. Like, and over a full point behind the 27 Portland Trailblazers. Like, that ain't good. That really ain't good, y'all. We can break it down even further. Let's get so let's look at our field goal percentage. Grizzlies field goal percentage is 29th. We're only making field goals at a 42.1% rate. It's not good enough, guys. We're 3-point percentage. We are ranked 22nd. So that's higher than I was expecting. Apparently, a lot of teams are just not shooting the three ball very well. But, you know, combined, it's not good. Let's see what our free throws at. I think for once our free throws are doing good. Now we're 12th, you know. Hey, it's not last. We were last year. Rebounding, we're getting killed on the boards, you know, like, got no size. Ideally, the Biyombo. Oh, that's another thing we should probably mention. We get Biyombo back. We are back. Bismack is going to be with us tomorrow. That might blow this whole thing wide open. It's hilarious that I'm talking about Bismack Biyombo blowing this whole thing wide open, that's where we're at. But it's true. I want you to talk about Blessed City Best for a second, apparently. Exactly. The woeful offense is in spreadsheet Jenkins. That is incredibly well said. And spreadsheet Jenkins is an apt name. You know, the guys, and I'm not trying to shit on economics majors, but he's an economics major. You know, spreadsheets are huge in that. But you can almost see the X's and the O's on the actual spreadsheet moving at, like, it's not that he's telegraphing them. It's these coaches who, I'm not saying Jenkins doesn't know ball, but these really good coaches like the Spolstras, the Pops, the Will Hardys, you know, like, they're able to take advantage and exploit a dude like Jenkins's weaknesses. Rebounds, we're ranked 23rd. Gonna get, like I said, Bismack hopefully helps that. We're in assist. We are ranked 19th in assist. It's a bit high in turnovers. If I was a betting man, doing okay. Steals per game. Yep, man. Defense, man. We're third in the league in steals per game. Third. We're fourth in the league in blocks per game. Like, the defense is not the problem. The defense is fine. We know that. We know that Marcus Smart is as advertised. We know that. That's not the issue. It's the offense. Our assist ratio right now is 62.3%. That's not terrible, but are we even playing that way? I hate to throw all the blame on Jenkins's feet. I really do. But the problems are becoming consistent from year to year. And that is showing a sign of not learning and not sound like we're singing Kumbaya here. It's a sign of not learning and not growing. But you know what I mean? Like you have to be able to adapt in game, not just in your rotations, but on the fly, to not being so damn stubborn and sticking to your damn spreadsheet. Like if it feels like, and maybe I'm not here to say that the problem was never DB, but Jenkins never told Dylan to stop shooting the ball. He always just told him to keep shooting, man. When Jaren missed the fifth or sixth of his threes and kept shooting, like you gotta tell these guys to stop shooting the three if you're shooting it like shit. If that's, I don't know. If we lose tomorrow, we might hopefully we win tomorrow and we're singing a different tune, but we're gonna have to play better on ball defense. We're gonna have to not just go flying past the guy on the damn out past the perimeter. Like, we are shooting past dudes. Like, we're just gonna have to be better. We're gonna have to lock it down on these dudes. Like, lock it down on our perimeter defense. Like, steals and blocks are good, but if you're not stopping guys from draining threes, they're going to run the score upon you, as evidenced last night. And if Dylan's, if Dylan's gone and our perimeter defense is gone and the consistent shooting problems are still persisting, like, come on, what are we doing? That's the common denominator at that point isn't Dylan, it's TJ. And I love TJ, but this team's too talented to be 0-5, in my opinion. All right, y'all, that's going to be it for the show. I'm sorry that it was so negative-ish. I hate being negative. I talked about Vince. We gave Vince some love and Junior some love. That's cool. Those guys don't get much love. So we'll be back tomorrow. We'll be more positive tomorrow. We're going to preview the game, which I'm not even going to say we should win, because maybe we shouldn't. Maybe we pissed the basketball gods off and we're being punished. I don't think that's what happened, but who knows? If you're not a Bluff City Media Insider, y'all, make sure you do that. Otherwise, we'll be here tomorrow. Mark will be back with me tomorrow, and we will also be breaking down the in-season tournament since tomorrow is the first game. Kind of look into that, figure out the structure of that, and then we'll go into the game tomorrow night. All right, y'all. Thank you for tuning in with me. We will see you all tomorrow.